to pop
Let's
it off
go.
here. All right,
Hype.
SNC 2025 Division 1 Grand Final. This is what we have all been waiting for. 5 weeks of driving are accumulating up to this exact match. TFF against PNE Delta. And we are going to start on the first map of 4 today, guys, that we are going to see. We are going to drive to 7 points. You know the format. And the first players that we will see on the field for TFF are Davino, Goro, and Devil against Castro and Panda. And they are off to the races, guys. Division 1 Grand Final on the way. First couple corners done. And we are going to watch the action super closely here as Truo is already 0.3 behind after only 3 turns.
But it's still in front of Divino, so they both are fighting for the last place at the moment. And it's already, we see 0.3 behind, but it's already 0.3 within nearly 1 lap. So I think that's going to be it. That's going to be super close. And we see Devil is taking the lead. And Devil maybe be the factor, because he is probably the one TFF guy who could consistently outpace Kaz and Panda.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a super strong factor, and he seems absolutely locked in. Look at the lines
Seems
Devil
correct.
is taking. Yeah, Panda is struggling to keep up with him, but the thing is, Kazan is now attacking Goro.
Yeah.
And it's so close.
Truo is super far away though, so Panda and Kaz would need to be 1 and 3. They are not going to do that. Devil 1:14.84
already.
That is
My
already
God.
the pace we did expect in Div 1, and even faster. That was going to do it first round, taking the point with Goro in 3rd and Davino in 5th. They lock it down, and Panda nowhere near for PNE Delta. Devil really strong start there. Wow, that's great. Must feel good.
And I think that's probably what we are up for, because I don't see any team getting a big lead on the match in general, but also I don't expect it on a map that it's going to be like suddenly 5-0, 5-1 or something like this.
No, that's true. We don't expect it, but it is still 3v3, and you never know what might happen.
Panda?
Panda has already lost half a second, and he is off to the catch-up. But
he's a bit shaky, maybe.
Yeah,
I hope not, but
he was looking a bit shaky. He, of course, came in 2nd in the first lap, behind Devil, but as best of the rest. But he was looking a little bit shaky
and
here
also,
in the first lap.
Kazan is 5th, so
and
doesn't look too good.
This is crucial, because now Truo is stepping up, but where are Panda and Kaz? They should have been there, but they are not. And it looks like we have a crazy fight, by the way, between Truo and Devil here. Let's jump forward. Let's see what happens here. Oh, Truo, he needs to give it away a little bit. Super close fighting. Devil again. Devil is absolutely correct. There we go.
0.77.
No way.
Wow.
What is that? That is the 11th daily time. He literally just equaled his own time. Or he just drove it. I don't know. I didn't see a message in chat, so I don't think it was a PB, but he equaled it there, I think. It doesn't matter. He's absolutely locked, winning 2 rounds in a row.
It's interesting that he is the one driving with the slowest daily before the match starts.
Yeah.
But he still unlocks the pace and the time, because it doesn't matter if you, for example, like Panda has a 34 as his daily, but if you can't get there, it doesn't matter, because it's all
absolutely
Dusty
true.
And Panda again hangs at the back of the field.
Yeah,
I didn't
expect that.
and Cass with the mistake. They are nervous. They are. My God, they are
Panda
absolutely nervous.
Yeah, that is not looking good for PNE Delta here. The 2 players who should be able to beat the whole field, Panda and Cass, are not doing great. Oh, but we also see Davino make a mistake now. And where is Panda?
But Goro. He's overtaking Goro now, attacking Goro at least.
Yeah.
But he needs to risk it now. He needs the position from Goro, but
yeah, but
can he take it?
It will not matter. Cass is too far away.
Sick line from Panda. He is there. He's attacked.
Whee!
Oh, he's overtaking him. Wow.
Wow,
What a
wow,
huge turn from Panda.
Huge,
But it's
huge
not
from
enough.
Panda, but it doesn't matter. Kaz was too far away. He was multiple checkpoints behind. And that is another point to TFF. And just like that is 0-3. Absolutely crazy. TFF just blasting through PNE Delta here like they are not even there.
And the thing is,
wow.
Devil is blasting through them. If you look at the team points, they are... Who was that?
Goro,
oh, it was Goro. He has to restart.
Goro restart.
No.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
the thing is, Devil, 3 out of 3 rounds, and his lines are so locked. I mean, to be fair, he had to live up to his pep talk in the last interview, and
this is
he's
true.
making sure that every word he said last week is
True
the
up
truth.
until this point, yeah, because the night is still very long. So let's see, but at least for now, he is showing. But and look at Panda. Let's see if Panda found the mantle here to not be shaky and to show us what is in him, because he is super fast, of course, as well. And he is now trading with Devil so close behind. Goro with a huge mistake. This could be the first point of PNE Delta if...
Kess is too far... maybe?
Kaz is too far back, but Devil needs to, or Davino needs to be in fourth or in third
Yeah,
position,
true.
and he's not going to do it. So they are going to take the point.
Yeah.
Devil with a 14.67, no, 76, sorry. And if Goro is even going to finish, I don't think he will. That is going to
it's going to be close.
be...
He won't.
He won't. Or?
Nope.
No. First point for PNE Delta. Nice. 1-3. And
But again, Devil with a 0.7.
Devil
What the hell?
Devil is insane. He won every single round, by the way.
Yeah,
4
24
rounds
points.
In, he won them all. 24 points. Panda is second with 15 points. What is Devil doing? What a superstar. Absolutely insane.
I can absolutely assure you, even if PNE throws the first map in a way, they have the qualities to come back, and they show that again. I have to refer to last year. They lost 3 maps on the trot and then came back on the 4th one to force the deciding map number 5, and
that's true.
And that's maybe the biggest factor. They can, even if they are not on pace from the beginning, they can rely on that they have the qualities to come back, and they show that as well. And Devil now is doing the big mistake, and that's opening the door to Panda.
Yeah, it is, and that's the first big mistake we see out of Devil here in the first 5 rounds. This is the 5th round, and that is a huge one, and that is saying to PNE Delta, all right, guys, you have an opening now, go take it. And Davino and Goro need to be first and third here, so they need to overtake Panda, but that will mean that Panda needs to make a mistake, and he will not do it. Last couple turns before the finish.
Nope.
Beautifully executed there, Panda.
94.
Sub 15. That is another point to PNE Delta. They are going to strike back here. Very nice to see. Super strong start by TFF 0-3, and then a little snack back by PNE Delta. 2-3 right now. Nice.
Let's hope that this mistake won't get into Devil's head, and he can just go on as he did in the first 4 rounds. And oh no, Cass with the wall bang in the beginning, entering the first corner, and that's, or the second corner, I should say, and that's throwing him off. And to be honest, Kazan is the one I expected a bit more so far. Who was that?
That was Devil. That was Devil with another mistake. Sets him back
and Kazan
behind
overtaking.
Kaz. Ooh. This is fire already on map number 1. Of course, we are far from done here, and PNE Delta is looking to be consistent, but True is gonna slide out. Davino is also going to bug, and this is the slowest round on average I think we will ever see.
And Cass is passing both Devil and Davino. So now all he has to do is keeping Devil at bay.
Nah, Panda needs to be first. Panda needs to overtake Goro in order to win this
true.
round.
Yeah.
So,
but True is also on the back of Davino, so it's all super close.
Super close. It looks like Goro is gonna win, and where's True? Oh, Devil with the mistake! No!
No!
He can't even finish. That was a TFF round. Oh no!
And now it's a PNE round. Oh my lord!
Oh no! Ui. He made the same mistake that he did, I think, 2 rounds ago, but then it was in lap 1. He now makes it in lap 2. Oh my god. And that is...
And we're equal.
That is absolutely insane. Devil going from 24 team points in 4 rounds to 26 in 6 rounds. That is absolutely crazy. And now the whole field in terms of points is gluing together a little bit. And now all of a sudden TFF look in a weak position on this map where they had a flying start. And
Goro is out.
Goro as well here. Big mistake. And PNE Delta is handling this well. They are not really making any super big mistakes. Cass also, after his mistake, he kept on driving. He snagged Devil in the end. Devinho now with a mistake as well. Ui. It's PNE Delta. Maybe having the upper hand here now. Already in terms of the mental game. That is absolutely crucial.
And I had some chats. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, every team member needs to be locked in and have their mental on 110% for this grand final, because otherwise you're not gonna make it. Yeah,
and I also had the chat within the community. I talked to some people, obviously, and heading into the final, right? Some insights, and I told them. I think I don't know who it was. I think it was I don't know to who I said it, but to one I said the mental strength is probably or maybe the biggest strength for PNE. Like I said, they showed it last year. They don't want to lose another final, and to go into a final with such a dominance like TFF did. They are the clear favorites as well. Or on paper, and you have to handle that. And if then something goes a little bit wrong and you don't have the experience as a team or as a driver in an SNC final, you are kind of doomed. And if that gets into your head, we saw that with Devil perfectly. He absolutely nailed the first 4 rounds, and then one mistake, and he also threw the next round. And that's something you.
This is absolutely true. This is the thing that we will mention maybe multiple times this evening. Now let's quickly focus on this round because it's absolutely cracked. Kaz, Devinho, and Devil fighting for first position with Panda right behind. Who is going to take this round? We can't say. Super close. It looks like a PNE round to me because
so far, but
Devil. If Devil overtakes. He does!
Wow!
No,
he doesn't!
Oh my god!
From the snipe from Kez!
Kez saves the round for PNE Delta and they take another point.
Wow!
Oh wow, that is the
and now
best
Kez
kind
is
of
stepping
driving.
up. Jesus.
Oh wow, that is crazy. 5-3 for PNE Delta. Kez with the round there. Otherwise it would have been 4-4. Huge round for Kez and for PNE Delta as we go into the next one. Wow.
And now, True is crashing out big time.
That's big.
Yeah, he had to. No, he hadn't to reset. Oh, he's not too far off. So that would be like 2 seconds, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody else resets or makes a big mistake, he is still there.
Yep. That's important. That's really important. But Kazan again. Last time around, he finally showed up into the sub 15s, but now he's hanging back a bit again. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, and he gets a bug
wall
there.
touch.
Yeah.
That's
it was a wall touch.
TFF.
Yeah. This always has to be TFF round. Always with Cass being a second almost behind. And only Panda leading. Panda is on a banger of a lap, by the way. Everyone is pretty fast here. Within 0.7 of the 81, Goro, and Panda is even faster. Wow, let's see. It doesn't matter though, because TFF is going to take this point, and that's very important. 14.82. That is the time by Panda here. That is a personal best for Panda in this match at least. So strong from him. And now everyone cracked the 15 or the 14X, I should say. Only Davino on a 15 flat. So this is the pace that we see here.
Yeah, but now we also see that Devil and Panda are creeping forwards in the general standings and the team standings. So Devil 41, Panda 40. And then we already got a 10-point gap to Davino, Kazan, Goro, and True following. Oh, everyone is bouncing out.
Yeah, True.
And Davino as well.
Davino, True made a very early mistake. Uy. And this is now the tandem with Kaz and Panda taking the lead with only Devil there to really threaten them.
Yeah. Panda slide offline.
This is bad news for TFF this round. This will be hard to recover from.
As well as True is leading Davino and Goro. So, and Goro is 1 second behind the two, so...
Yeah, somebody needs to overtake Panda here for TFF, otherwise it won't matter, and they probably will not do that.
Nah.
As Panda is keeping it cool.
And that's something you can also write down for the interview as well. If they are in the Discord together, do they have any exchange whatsoever? Or I'll ask that. I will remember that for sure, because that's so important.
Always good.
That's so important.
Yeah. Whoa. All right. 6-4. And it's PNE Delta on map point here on map number 1. Ooh. What a match so far. Jesus moly. We will not be able to recover from this anytime soon. And the maps just keep clicking in. But right now, it's PNE Delta on map point. Let's see if they can take it home here. Move to the second map of the evening. Or if TFF can take that point that they really need. They really need that. Because if I check this right now, PNE Delta really is on their pace. And they are really a challenger to TFF here. So they need to defend and prolong this map just a little longer. But it is looking super good for PNE Delta. Ooh, Kaz looking shaky, but he is still alive. Goro with the ultimate risk. And look at his pace, and he instantly is at the wheel of Kaz again. What a risk by Goro. But will it pay off?
Panda's leading. Yeah, but I wouldn't say comfortably, but
Kaz needs to overtake somebody. Kaz needs to overtake Davino here. Or
Devil attacking Panda.
With Panda?
Last turn coming up.
Devil touched the ram. But it's Kaz who overtakes as well. Oh my days.
67 from Panda.
Wow. What have we seen here, man? Oh, that's huge.
Devil threw that in the last corner.
He did. He risked where he did not need to risk. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
7-4.
7-4? That's not what I expected.
Me neither. No.
Especially not after the start, where we saw Devil absolutely jump the whole field, and TFF quickly gained a 0-3 lead.
Yeah, and what has to be said is that Devil in team standings still is leading 51 points. But Goro with 28 points is down there. I would have expected a little bit more from him. But if we compare it to the rest of the field, actually they are super close together.
Yeah.
It was just that TFF, for my liking, was making just some bigger mistakes than PNE made. Because let's be clear, we really didn't see super clean racing here from everyone. We saw mistakes every round maybe.
Yeah, true.
But PNE Delta was there to snack it when it really mattered. So they did 7-4 first map in favor of PNE Delta. And now we are on the second map, Anafi by Dopa. Let's see the lineups here for both teams as we warm up.
Everyone is driving with 4 players, so we know that PNE only has 4 available, but TFF has 5.
Yeah.
But Davino is not driving, so I probably say he will not drive this whatsoever, but you can focus us. So let's see if they change the lineup, maybe depending on the daily mania records, who we have there. Devil top 3, Focus top 5, and Goro top 11. Elfner? There's the German again. like last time around.
Yeah, that's fine. I said it once or twice this evening already, as well, with my Dutch coming in. But okay, so Devil, Focus, and Goro in 11th, like you said, there for TFF. So that, based on the deities, would be their lineup. And then we got Panda, Mew with a crazy deity, top 4, and PNE Kaz in 7th place. So let's see. I guess that will be their lineup. It seemed like Mew is going to sub for Truo here.
I mean, Truo is too far off from the personal best times.
And Truo isn't even, or is he in the deities? Oh, he is, but he's just very far away.
Yeah, and that's too far on this map.
Yeah, it's too far.
That's like 1 second to deity 1, and
And then we can also maybe say that they specifically focused on certain maps. So Truo did not really focus on this one. Mew focused on this one, so that's super good. We see TFF mixing it up a little bit more, because also Yuki and Davino are top 17, 18 deities, so they are doing pretty well. Yeah, let's see. We see Focus, Yuki, Devil driving for TFF here. So no Goro.
All right. Interesting.
This is interesting.
Yuki. I mean, from the Diddy Mania perspective, he's a bit off.
Yeah.
Not even to Goro, but especially to the PNE boys and the other 2 TFF drivers. But let's see. Maybe.
Let's see.
I mean, Devil was also not. He hadn't had the best deity on map 1 and quickly did his personal best, or at least equal it. So even though he was behind on the record, doesn't mean that you're behind on the performance, right?
That's super true. And of course, Yuki, I mean, we are in Div 1 here, so it's out of the question if they can put down the pace or the consistency. It's just the question if they will show it to us in this match on this map. So nice to see Yuki and Focus drive here, also with Devil. And it looks like PNE is going with Kaz, Mew, Panda, which was the expected lineup.
And the thing is with that, I expected one lineup for PNE on the flat map, that those 3 will drive that, but the other lineups are kinda. Yeah, I wouldn't dare to expect or to predict the lineup. So
no, that's true.
Seeing Mew here, it also could have been true.
Yeah.
But like you said, they probably haven't. He hasn't trained that map too much. But now here we go. Map number 2 in the final. Dopa's map, Anafi. Let's go. Take us away, Rimmer.
Yeah, there we go. First couple turns done, and players are still super close together. We discussed this in the other match as well. Super risky map again, so we will be looking for some bugs, crashes, and whatnot. Maybe some players going into the wall, but not yet. It is all super close together. And Focus is 0.5 away here, but the rest of the pack is super close. It's looking really good for PNE Delta, though, going into lap number 2 almost. Yuki trying to attack. Mew needs to release a little bit. He will lose some pace. He will lose connection to the pack there. Devil is gonna stay in 4th position, so we got a great battle for first. Oh, Yuki. Oh, and Panda as well. Ui. They are falling like flies, and Focus isn't too far away.
No, he has overtaken them.
Now he is. He is further away. Panda is being overtaken. Mew goes into the wall. No way.
Oh, that's costly. That's costly.
That's going to be crucial. That is going to be crucial. Kaz is leading with blistering pace, but with Devil and Focus behind him, Panda is not going to be in 3rd position, probably. Let's quickly see. No, he's too far away. That is going to be a TFF point. Oh, wow. That is... Oh, what a mistake by Mew. Ui.
Yeah, Mew. And we talked also about Mew and with Mew, that topic, his consistency, right? And I think that's probably the key factor maybe on this map for PNE, that he gets his consistency in the right window. Because pace-wise, there's no doubt about Mew in any way, shape, or form. But he needs to be on point nearly every round, as does every other player, of course.
Yeah, very true. And yeah, interesting to see Mu with crazy pace there for 1.5 round, and then he just decides to put it into the wall. Very bad for his team because they had that round. Even with Panda crashing, they were pretty safe. Now it was the other way around, and super important for TFF that they take the point there. That is really, really important. But now Devil finding Panda Kaz, but he is losing them out of sight slowly. Oh, they both drift. Ui, ui, ui. Kaz is going to be overtaken. Panda
but
is
Kaz
also
is still
going to
there.
lose speed. Oh, that was a crazy drift from both of them at exactly the same point. And now Mu, it is super close, by the way. Where is Mu? Mu is here.
Half a second behind.
Yeah, let's
Not
stay on
even,
Mu here.
not even.
Oh, wow, they are super duper close.
Oh,
Devil. Ui,
super
ui, ui.
risky.
Who is going to take this? I think it will be TFF as it stands now. It will be enough. It will be TFF.
Wow, what a round.
23-29. This is what we come to watch, guys. Div 1, 0.6 only between all players. Not even 0.55 or something. That is absolutely crazy. What a round. But TFF the winner of that round. 0-2. That is great. Super strong by them.
But remember, we saw last map a 3-0 lead for TFF again, and now they're taking the lead. So, yeah, you can't count PNE out. The comeback qualities are there.
Yeah, this is true.
They proved that already, but if we keep driving like this and they lose it on pace, that's something different. Because last time around they regained it. Because oh devil, oh my lord. Jesus, what a save!
What a save!
Oh my god!
Heart attack.
You can't. Yeah, you can't finish one sentence in explanation why, because always something is happening there. Wow.
Always, always. And now we got into the second lap already. Panda's firmly leading. Yuki is gonna save his mistake, but he is gonna lose out on pace. That is why he's being overtaken by Mu. Devil is now trying to hold off all players. Yuki is going to be ripped. He needs to reset as well. And that is going to be a PNE round for sure. Might even be an ace if Mu can overtake Devil here.
It could be. But Devil is attacking Cass all of a sudden with huge overspeed. But it won't be enough because Panda is leading and winning the round.
Panda
Devil is risking it.
Oh, Panda 0.08.
Wow.
Crazy
That's
pace.
strong.
That is a top 8 daily, top 9.
Yep.
That is crazy by Panda. So there we go. PNE Delta taking the first point on this map. And that's an important one as well.
Jesus.
Yuki with a big mistake there. That was not looking good at all.
And so far on this map, there's always happening maybe one mistake, but this one mistake is costing the team the rounds, like we saw with Mew, like we saw now with Yuki. So now it's getting even more important, even though we discussed that that's a super risky map. But yeah, you have to be on the game. And Mew is drifting through, so Mew doesn't cancel drift the turn like Devil, Panda, and Kezan did. Yeah,
and we see the
maybe
speed difference here.
Yeah, and also that's maybe something you do to get a bit of safety back.
Yeah. Yeah, true. He's doing well, Mew, navigating now. And Kaz needed to release there a little bit. Devil taking the lead now. It is again super close. Yuki is a little bit... Oh, that was a shaky line by Yuki. And he has to
Mew's gone.
Mew gone. Being overtaken by Yuki. So now with Devil leading, Focus needs to be in 3rd position in order to win this.
Yep.
Is that true? I don't know, because Mew is last. Let's quickly see. That
no,
will be...
so far it's a red round.
Yeah. Oh, Panda
with a
and
mistake. Panda.
Ooh, can he stay in front of Focus though? Is a
he
red
has to,
round
because
indeed.
Mew might overtake Yuki, and if he does, it's a red round. No, but Mew is crashing out.
Mew.
Yuki is taking the 5th place.
Wow.
And that's gonna be a red round then.
Crazy. Devil with a 0.06. Wow.
Wow, again.
Sick.
So we see 0.06 from Devil, 0.08 from Panda.
Yeah.
Gee. Those two are so far the leading driver for the team.
Yeah.
By a distance.
Yeah, and this was expected, I think, before these two really powerhouse, like you said in the intro as well already. Just to touch on the mistakes that we saw here and that you named as well, I think this is an important difference from Div 2, where we see if your player makes a big mistake, you can still win the round. If a player from your team makes a big mistake here, it is super hard to still win the round.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Everyone is just on their pace. It is almost impossible. Focus out?
No, I thought he was out. He yeeted himself into the bank corner, and I thought he touched the wall, but he didn't. And also Munoz a bit behind, but Focus still behind him. So Mew 5th place still.
Mew, and Mew, he has only 16 points here, Mew. So he is... Oh, Mew, what a weird line. Oh, my days. And he keeps drifting as well. And
Mew
Yuki says, thank you for the free 4th place. But now, still Devil needs to do a miracle. And I think with Panda and Cass here...
but Devil now 2nd.
Yeah.
Still not enough.
If he overtakes...
And he has the speed.
He has the speed.
Oh, it's gonna be so close.
Ooh,
No.
with the wall bang, but Cass in the end. And also a 0-8 from Cass now. Saving the round for PNE. That is really important.
Yeah, and Kazan is the one player who can, on outright pace, on pure pace, in a match, can match Panda and Devil. And the thing is, maybe with the every other player, maybe is that 1/10 behind.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not much, don't get me wrong, right? But that's 1 or 2 tenths behind that maybe can make a difference there.
Oh, Yuki.
If it's such a close fight.
Yuki, early mistake into the wall. He is not too far behind, though. I don't know why he didn't lose that much, but he's still there. Wow. It keeps being super close all the time. And this is great to see. Panda now leading. Ui, ui, ui. Yeah, we love that ui, ui, ui in the cast here.
The thing is, if the German Formula 1 commentators can do that, focus, no, he crashed out.
No.
But if they can do it on live television, we can do that here as well.
Yeah, we do it here as well.
Better.
Yeah, we do it better, of course. And who are also better right now is Panda and Cats. They really found each other here. Look at that. Panda Cats leading. This will easily be a PNE Delta round again.
Because Mew is there.
Yeah, Mew is also there to back it up. Cass, I don't know what kind of time Cass will drive here. 0-2. He is ever improving here. 23.02. Wow. And that is 3-3.
Yeah, and that's what Mew needs to do, right? If he sees that those two are up in front, even battling Devil, doesn't matter if Devil wins the round, but if Mew is consistent, even half a second behind them, he will for sure snag 1 or 2 players, like he did last time around, and then secures the point, right?
Yeah, this is
That's equally as important as 0.02 from Cass and winning the round, right?
Yeah, this is true. It is. Whoa, focus. I'm starting to wonder a little bit how TFF is going to beat PNE Delta here. I mean, the evening is going to be long, but PNE Delta, they really look on their pace here and on the consistency. And TFF is making too much big mistakes for my liking.
Yeah.
Now Yuki is also holding on, just 0.3 away. Everyone is super close.
And that can be so frustrating. Oh, Kazan!
Ooh, that's one of the first big mistakes we see out of Cass. And all of a sudden, it's swapped around because to win the round now, Mew should overtake Focus. It is still possible for PNE Delta here.
But Panda is now attacked by Devil and he can't afford to lose the position.
No.
Oh, but Mew has overspeed. Mew is overtaking Focus right now.
Oh, then Devil should overtake Panda. He should really push for this.
Can he? Can he? Can he?
No, he
can't.
Oh, it's a blue point again. Mew the MVP overtaking Yuki here. Devil 0.02 behind Panda.
Insane.
What is this? So
And
crazy.
He's not even 0.02 behind him, but he's 0.02 behind while they are driving a 0.0.
Yeah. This is insane. So they're basically consistently doing top 10 daily times. Oh, who was that?
Panda had a landing bug, I think.
Aye. Okay, so let's watch
Unfortunate.
from his perspective and see. But as I was saying before, TFF, they need to crack the code somehow, and I don't know how. At this point, they are behind 4-3 on this map again. Oh, Devil with a huge mistake. He
touched the inside ram and drifted out.
Yeah. And now Focus and Yuki need to step up.
And that's the mental game, right? That's exactly now the mental game. PNE can be... Maybe they are already, but maybe after this map they are in the head of TFF. And that's the most dangerous position where they can be.
I think so as well, because Panda is going to overtake Focus now again. So it will easily be... Oh, Focus with some insane pace.
Yeah, that was a nice drift
and
there.
Can Yuki in front of Cass here, which is super important.
Cass on.
Oh,
but it's not enough.
Yuki with the defense.
Nice.
But it will not be enough. Indeed.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
But still, that's a confidence booster for Yuki now, because he was a bit on the back foot, and now he suddenly won a round and showed off that he can win. So yeah,
this is true. This is true, but it's 5-3 for PNE Delta here, and this is truly getting out of hand.
Oh, Yuki drifting.
7-4 on the first map, and now 5-3 on the second map for PNE Delta. This is getting out of hand, and it is... Oh, who was that? Was that Focus?
I think it was, yeah. It was Focus. Oh, no. And Yuki was... ripped the start, so now PNE can chill, because they can let Devil drive his wheels off now. They can just secure this point.
Yeah, this should be an easy drive home, and that even before lap 2 has started.
Exactly.
Oh, this is not looking good for TFF. If they would lose this map 7-3, and that is horror scenario.
Devil is
also
drifting.
Devil drifting out, ace possibility here for PNE Delta.
No.
But then it would be 14
Yuki crashing
against 7 already. That is ooh.
Right now it's 13-7.
Yeah.
Or if they finish this round like it is, it's 13-7.
Yeah. Based on these first two maps, PNE Delta is in the driving seat to win this SNC 2025 Grand Final in Division 1, and that is indeed an ace by PNE Delta. Panda, Kaz, Mu completely snacking TFF right now.
I don't know what's wrong with this year's SNC, but every pre-race discussion we have, every pre-show we do, we give our insights and we try to predict what is happening in the match, and the match always proves us wrong.
Yeah, this is true, which is super nice actually from a viewer's point of view. Yeah, this is really good. It is not an SNC of expectations here.
Not at all.
And of course, the evening is still super long, guys. TFF hasn't lost yet. Of course not, but I said it before, and I don't know how they are going to crack PNE Delta here. Kaz and Panda have found their rhythm, it seems, at least on this map now again.
Yeah.
And with Mu as a steady third factor behind them, also with Trio there on map number 1, they are looking super strong, where TFF is just making too much mistakes.
Oh, Devil was attacking Panda, but both of them with the insane line, and Panda even edging him out a bit, and Devil nearly hits the wall, but he's still fighting Kazan for second place. But Panda is first quite comfortably now, 2/10 in front of Kazan and Devil.
It should be super fine. Also because Mu isn't in last position, this should be the map easily.
7-3. Oh my days.
Oh, that is crazy. Panda winning a
Hasn't even
0-7.
overtaking Devil.
Cass sniping Devil. Mew fourth position. That is GG for this map. 7-3.
And they are already one map in front.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Total score at the moment, guys. 14 against 7 in favor of PNE Delta. Panda taking the team points here. Then Cass. Then Devil. And then we got Yuki, Mew, and Focus in bottom position.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Now, that's a tag team I expected to lead the pack, right? Panda and Kazan.
Yeah.
That those two can make the difference.
Yeah.
And Spider. Yeah, right. Spider in the chat. Vocal calls made all, and that's so
that's
unbelievable important, right? That you have vocal calls.
Yeah. I think if you want to do well as a team in this kind of competition, you need to be on vocal.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
You just need to know what's going on. You can't be driving TA mode, techno beats, and just hope for the best. You need to know if you can take a chill or if you need to push maybe a little bit. So nice to hear that that PNE is doing that. Yeah, I don't know. And now on this flat map, let's quickly look at the deities. Panda has deity 1 here. Cass has deity 6. Mew has deity 7. And then it's Goro for TFF in deity 4. And then it's Divino in 8. And Focus in 13. So this... This is interesting. It could be over already on this map. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I think you wrote go true, so probably if I interpret that right, he will sub again and true drive, which I mean true. I didn't expect Mew to not drive the flat map. Probably I thought he would be safe shot there, but yeah, let's see. I mean the daily times are more or less equal, 90 to 93.
Yeah, super true. But it seems like, again, we do not have all players on the numpad keys, which is kind of frustrating. Last round, Focus was missing. Now, both Davino and Focus seem to be missing. But it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, the flat map by Blitzer, of course, Imposter Syndrome. This is, I think you said that in the match before as well. This is where we expect the most closest of racing, I think. And meanwhile, Fresh is calling you out for some in-game chatting. I understand why. No, but this is where we expect the most closest racing. So let's see if we are going to get it here. One more warm-up. And Spider is also standing here on the finish line. He's of course not driving. It seems to be Castro Panda indeed, so Mew out. And it seemed to be Focus Yuki Goro for TFF. And again, Focus is not on the numpad spectation. I don't know if you can spectate him with numpad keys, but I can't. So that's too bad because we are of course now trying to jump around with the numpad.
I have everyone now.
Okay.
But since my screen is not up,
no,
I can just use tab and be safe.
Yeah, that's true. I will try to make the best of it for sure.
Oh, look. A blitz in the chat. Xoxo versus Arrow. 9-9 after 2 maps.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. That's a banger. That is a banger match. I think Deft is streaming that? Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think he was. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we have footage of that as well. We can enjoy it to watch that later. And yeah, the grand final. I mean, 14-7. It could just be over here. That's crazy. If PNE Delta wins this map, no matter how many points TFF scores, then the match is over.
Yep.
That is crazy.
And I don't know if... I mean, Devil probably hasn't trained that map too much. At least from a Mania perspective. I mean, his 07 ain't slow at all, but probably he doesn't feel too comfortable, but he's not driving. And I don't know if that's a good shot to let Devil not drive any map, to be fair, because
Yeah,
I don't know.
but on the other hand, mental perspective, maybe it's also
Yeah, it's-
really good for Devil to reset himself. Maybe.
Yeah,
on
that's
this map.
true. Yeah, that's true.
So actually, yeah, I just hope that Focus and Yuki can step it up on this map a little bit, because they had some struggles on the last map. I don't
Yep.
think they had their best performance. So let's see, Goro. What did Goro do?
Ah,
Goro
Goro
also
was
not-
last on the
Yeah.
first map, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Oi!
Kezan!
Somebody ripped it. Guess.
Yeah, Kezan.
Oh man, he's out. He is far out. So
Yeah,
TFF,
but
can
Panda
we
and
step
True
it
are
up?
leading. And Blue right now is proving me wrong for saying that that I expected Mew to drive the flat map, because True is leading quite comfortably in front
Yeah.
of Yuki, who's trying to hold Panda at bay, but right now Panda is getting into second place again.
Pooey, Panda with huge defense. Remember,
Yep.
guys, if one of your team is last, you need to be at least 1 and 3, and that is exactly what Panda and True are doing right now. One more lap to go. TFF very close behind, but can they pressure PNE Delta enough? Yuki trying to put the attack on Panda, but he just can't come any closer. Panda overtaking True now almost. Focus is also really close behind, but oh, Yuki needs to give in with a little mistake, and that,
Doesn't matter,
I think,
Goro's there, but
it will be a PNE Delta point.
yep.
Oh my god, that's super strong by True.
Oh,
135.14. Wow.
We are already in the point ones
Yes.
after one
Yes.
round. Yeah, but we remember Valu was also there at the match, right? He
Yep.
was driving point ones consistently with even getting into point zero.
Yeah.
So
Valmara was super fast. He was literally driving Div 1 pace like 5 rounds in a row.
yep.
That was crazy. Let's see if actual Div 1 players can do that as well. I expect them to do it, and it's needed.
Yeah.
Especially from TFF, it is needed. They need
Yeah.
to get every point they can now. And basically, their objective is to at least win this map, otherwise the match is over.
They have to. They have no choice, right?
They have to.
Yeah, but also, Panda
Panda.
into the wall. Yeah, but the thing is, with driving such huge times, we always say we expect it from Div 1. And that may be true for example, for semi-final, where you are, for example, we saw the semis were quite split in the scoring. So you can be a little bit more comfortable and just drive. And now
that's true.
you have always a little nervy hand there.
Yeah.
So pulling those times off is probably needed, but expecting them to do it all the
that's true.
time,
That's true.
sometimes the final is harder and a bit slower than the semis.
Yeah. Oh, Yuki into the wall. And with
That's costly.
Yeah, that's super costly, because Focus had to give away first place after a very tiny mistake, and now already it is looking like a blue point, and it is.
Yep.
And it is going to be another PNE Delta point.
Yep.
Oh wow, this is
Goro, nice time.
Nice, 0-7. So no 34 yet. But as you said, maybe the final is a little bit slower. But of course, more focus on the super fast consistency. But oh man, PNE Delta is taking this. PNE Delta is putting themselves into the rocket that is going to shoot them to the first place in the SNC 2025. It has to be said, they are already so many points in front. 9 points in front of TFF now on map number 3. This is looking to become an unovercomable gap by TFF.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? I don't see TFF all of a sudden gaining such a huge amount of points, right?
No,
they
me
easily
neither.
can win a map, or maybe even 2, but from the performance this evening, I don't expect PNE to suddenly fall off the cliff so dramatically that TFF,
No,
for example, regains on this map 5 points all of a sudden.
no, me neither. Completely agree. And this is also what I said on last map. I just don't know how they can crack that team right now. It is looking so strong, and they're always there to battle for the top 3. And this is what you need. And TFF just haven't been there all the time for the top 3, and this is very important.
Kessan now.
Kez now with a mistake, but look at this, Panda and True leading again. Oh.
Yep.
If they are going to take this round, I don't see how TFF is going to win this final.
But they won't probably, because Drew had a little offline moment there, and Goro and Yuki overtook him.
There we go. That is red. Nice. So TFF take a point, and that is what it takes. A super small mistake, and then you have to be behind. Because look at True, he finishes like 0.1 only behind, for example, Focus there. So if you are not there, you're gonna lose the round anyway, but they were there now. That is super important, 2-1.
Yeah, and by the way, we just saw the first sub 35 from Panda with a 34.99.
Nice, great, yeah.
And I think TFF should be good with it if they now just go round by round, right?
Yeah.
Because, like you said, they just need to win the map to get into a deciding map, and it doesn't matter. I mean, the more points they gap PNE, the better, but they need to win the map, and that's the objective they need to overcome. And so far, it doesn't matter if it's 1 point or 5 points or 4, whatever.
Exactly.
So go round by round and just secure a win after a win. And right now, we see they are doing exactly that.
Yeah, super strong. Oh, Goro and Focus also with the mistake. And just like that, one turn in lap 2 is going to throw away everything for TFF. Oh. Goro, huge mistake. Focus is still in 4th position, but it's not enough.
Yeah, Focus. Oh, Kessan, slide offline gives Focus a chance to regain, but now Panda is creeping up Focus back. Maybe he can... Kessan drifting out.
Okay, so Focus taking that, but is
but Panda...
Yuki needs to win.
Yeah, and Panda overtook Focus.
Oh
my god, it's so close.
Oh, it's not enough from Panda as well, or from Focus, I mean. Oi. No. Point for blue.
The server's kind. The server's kind and gives it to Yuki, but...
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
No. And now we see everyone have... Oh, no. 4 players have a 0.0 as a top time. Focus with a 35 and Kessan with a 20. And the 20 is not too good, but the 35 is not enough.
No, that's not it. No. And I think Focus was last on last map. Who was that? Somebody, Yuki drifted out. And I think Focus is really struggling to find his performance here today.
Yeah, and that's again a problem, right?
It's a huge problem.
And for example, if you have a little bit of an off day, like maybe Focus has, I don't know, and if you crash out and the other two have a strong day and are in front, okay, that's it. But for example, now Yuki is right in the mix there with Goro, and when he's crashing out, the other two are maybe not there to take it, at least from the match point so far.
Yeah. No, that's true. Absolutely true. And again, now, PNE Delta seem super strong.
Yeah.
True and Panda. And even Cass.
Focus crashing.
Oh, no. And with Yuki crashing. It's ace possibilities.
Yeah, but I think the problem is now they are throwing not even the round, not even the map, but maybe the match, and that's the problem for them.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's over after this map. It doesn't matter, I think, because True, he will finish.
Yeah, but where did he win?
Absolutely yanked himself into that checkpoint before the finish line. But he finishes and they take the point. That was That almost changed things around. But look at this. It's 4-1 right now.
Yeah.
And could they 7-1 TFF on this flat map?
I hope not. For the match, I hope not. But
no, I also hope not. But I think it's almost too late for that now.
Yeah, the thing is, with PNE scoring 4 points, they nearly did everything they need to do to be comfortable on the last map, right?
Yeah.
And now TFF probably have to take like 15 points in a row to win it comfortably.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
And that's like, I don't know, not 13. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this is true. It's
and now
it's a harsh reality here, as we see the TFF candle that shone, I should say, really bright. In the beginning, it is extinguishing here very, very slowly, with PNE Delta just taking their bare hand fingers, putting it on that candle and saying no. This year in the SNC we are there, but we see Panda with a mistake now, and of course it is not over yet, guys. It is only over if PNE Delta wins this map. If they don't, it's not
Goro
over.
mistake.
Goro mistake.
Oh, that's giving
Yuki mistake. And if True stays in third position, it's over. At least for this round. Yeah.
Yeah, he will.
He will.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Cass also with a sub. Wow.
Man, I don't know what to say. This is crazy. This is just PNE Delta steamrolling TFF.
Completely.
And there is only a theoretical chance left that TFF is going to win this SNC finals.
And it's getting smaller and smaller with every turn and in every lap.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, how can you even possibly have hope left for TFF? I know they have, as long as it's not over, they have. But how can you maintain your head in the game? Because Yuki, sadly, again with another mistake, he's trailing by 7/10 of a second, and so far we don't see any mistakes from PNE. There was, of course, there was a mistake here and there, but it was covered from the other two, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem for TFF. They didn't cover themselves, and maybe the utter domination they had on the first weeks in the qualification and the semis proven to be too big of a burden that they can overcome that.
Yeah, maybe. And also that is pointed out in the chat now as well is Truo for PNE Delta. Absolute legend performance on this map. 24 team points.
Goro, no!
Into the wall. This is going to be an ace.
Yeah,
I think.
Focus now with the offline, and that gives it to PNE if they don't crash.
It's done.
He's drifting into the wall.
It's done. It seems to be done. They are going to ace here. Oh my god, Truo again. They ace it. Oh man. This could be the last round, Stiko, of the SNC 2025 Div 1, I should say, Great Grand Final. TFF versus PNE Delta. This could be the last round. If PNE Delta wins it, it's completely over. It's done. It's dead. It's dusted. They are going to be the winners of this year's edition. And there's only, we talked about it, the slightest theoretical chance that TFF is going to pull this off.
Even if TFF wins this map, they still need to win the next map again.
7-0.
7-0, right?
Yeah.
And so now I don't see PNE throwing 13 points in a row.
No, me neither. Me neither. That's only theoretical chance. So it is just a question of not if, but when PNE Delta is going to close this down and take one more point, basically, against TFF. If it's not this round, then the round after, or the round after, with Panda now flying. Yeah,
and again, we don't get a deciding map 4.
No, that is crazy. I think we didn't see it in the semifinals, and we didn't see it in the finals so far. Everything was decided before map 4. That is crazy.
Yeah, and that's kind of interesting because if I
Really
remember correctly, last year it was so sparsely that the match got decided on map 3.
Yeah, that's true. For in my feeling as well. Now TFF decides to focus. Decides now to drive of 94. What is this?
Could be the last hurrah of Focus.
Wow.
Maybe he can crawl back now some of those times and get them,
dude, if
flowing.
If this is going to a decider map, I don't know what I will eat. It will not be super healthy. But that is just nah. It's only theoretical chance. It's just PNE Delta did so good this evening, exactly like you said, being there all the time with all 3 members, and if one makes a mistake, the other one, boom, they are there.
Yeah.
TFF just didn't really have that this evening, did they? It was
no.
It was some mistakes. It was some very shaky lines. It was Devil really popping off on the beginning of map 1, but then also having some trouble there. So I don't know. We said it's not the question if, but when PNE Delta is going to take this, and I think they will be the deserved winner of this grand final.
Yeah, if they win with, but right now it doesn't seem maybe.
Yeah, let's see. One more map or lap, I mean.
The thing is, we saw last year maybe the greatest comeback, which
that's true.
Oh no, Yuki. The greatest comeback, which wasn't supposed to happen with an happy ending for them, but
that's
if
true.
TFF can complete that now, but it's going to be so close into the final turn.
It's going to be super close. This could be the decider, and it will be.
PNE,
it will be. GG's Truo and Cass. They guide their team to the next map, and with that they close out the final as well. Final score on this map 7-2. Wow. And with that, PNE Delta is the winner of the grand final of the SNC 2025 against TFF. Something that I personally did not expect with this big margin. Of course, they could have won in the end. That could have all been decided and talked about. But on map number 3 to close it against TFF, wow.
And also, we need to point out Truo, map winner.
Truo, map winner. Crazy. Even in front of Panda. That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. And also, I would just want quickly to point out, Blitz and myself.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Whew, all right. Oh, wow. I'm kind of shocked. That's absolutely insane.
I think no one expected this kind of dominance and that the map 4 wouldn't be in any way, shape, or form necessary in the grand final.
Necessary. It's crazy.
It's 21-9.
21-9 on map 4 before we start. Crazy. Yes. Origin, we remember Devil's words, and they come back to haunt us now. Or not to haunt us, to haunt him and his team. With that now, he was super confident last week, which is completely understandable based on their first 4 weeks of performance. And then they come into this match against PNE, and to be fair, they basically do not have brought anything to the table here. It was just
at least not enough.
Show. It was not enough, but if you are behind 21-9 on map number 3, going into map number 4, you just did not show up for this match. We can debate about why, and I'm really looking forward to have the interviews later. But PNE Delta with an outstanding performance, giving TFF the KO even before we are on map number 4.
Yeah, I think I theorized that during the match as well, and Blitz said that in chat, and I'm the same opinion there, that the comeback made the difference because it gave a huge confidence, and it's not even the confidence that it gave PNE that they can hang with TFF and come back. I mean, they probably did know that beforehand.
Yeah.
Also, like TFF knows that they theoretically could beat them, but the confidence boost is the one thing, but to get inside the head of TFF, to break them down, so devastating, right? Because it was it was 0-3 for PNE, and then 8 rounds later, it was a 7-1 run to close the map out 7-4, right?
That's true.
And
And
that's a huge crack in the head, probably.
Yeah, that's super true. Yeah, so it all comes down to mental games in the end as well, but we will hear from the players, of course, or at least not of course, that's totally not of course, but I hope in the end to get a little bit of insight on that, of how that felt and how that was. But wow, it feels, I'm just gonna say what I think right now, it feels so underwhelming to go to this map right now, because it's basically a formality. We are here, we can talk about whatever we want, but the match is done. It doesn't matter anymore. And that's true. That is a shame, I think. And we saw this in the semifinals as well. Like you said as well, a lot of matches have been decided before the final map here. I don't know about all the other semifinals and finals that we didn't see, of course. But
I was talking about the ones we casted together, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, it's well deserved, right? That PNE wins this.
I think it is.
At least from a finals perspective. But yeah, TFF. Like we said, they were the favorites coming into this final week. But or at least for many, they were the favorites, I should say.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah,
I think so. Yo, Scorbo asking overall score. It is over. PNE Delta has won the grand final in Division 1 of the SNC 2025. Total score at the moment is, what is it,
21-9 for PNE.
21-9.
And I think maybe now Blitzer gets a second prediction, right? That Panda goes after a daily one, because now it's decided, and maybe they will now drive flat out. Who knows?
Yeah,
or they want to prove a point and absolutely want to dismember TFF.
Yeah, or TFF goes into another mental state and they are completely free and they can just 7-0 PNE Delta on this
That could
map.
also happen.
And then the total score would be very interesting to watch. So, let's see. We are still here for the match, guys. It would be nice to get a little bit of updates on the other matches, because of course we said it before as well, there are a lot of matches going on at the moment as well in the SNC. We are just only covering the grand final in Division 1, but in all divisions down the board we have matches going on. So if anyone has updates, it would be nice to know what is going on.
Yes.
Alright, Panda taking the lead now. And I think he's hunting a little bit already. And he's going to put in a strong time to start with. There we go. 35:57.
And interestingly enough, we see that PNE starting very strong into a map, because the other maps, it was a bit shaky. I wouldn't say shaky in retro perspective that they were nervous or something like this, but the start to a map was always the key factor for TFF. Especially on map 1 and 2. like I said, there was a 3-0 lead on map 1 and a 3-1 lead on map 2. So yeah, they came into the map really quickly, but then fell off quite a bit. And
Yeah.
for PNE, it was the opposite.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, especially on map number 1. That was crazy to see. That super good start by TFF. And then we both really expected them to... because that could have easily been a 7-0 map for TFF, and we wouldn't even have been surprised, because that start was absolutely a banger.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. From there, it was not there anymore. And PNE kept their heads cool in the game and secured the win in the end.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if the 7-0 was before the match quite unlikely, even if they had won the match, the map 7-2 or 7-3, we wouldn't have been surprised after that kind of start, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's crazy that they tried to walk over PNE, and PNE just said, nope, we do this exact same thing with you from now on.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting to see what happened there. Panda, by the way, going absolutely crazy. They are securing another round win.
Yeah, they're just now
2-0. They're absolutely cracked.
Yeah. Wow.
Crazy.
And short update here. Jovens is div 5 KX Red beats Lightning 22-14, and div 4 small final genetic thanks Fruit 14-18 points for CDSF, but they are on map number 3.
Alright, so that is far from over.
And by the way, we have to remember, right? If we want to do some interviews and want everyone to listen, right? We thought we get a close match, and we said, yeah, everyone can join and get a little bit of the match. Now we have to wait, because this match was so fast and over so quickly.
Yeah, super fast actually, yeah. Kind of crazy. And if the performance of PNE Delta, if they just decide to keep driving like they did, which it seems like they will, this is going to be very difficult for TFF to score even 1 point on this map.
Yeah, I mean, we had a 7-4. The scores are quite devastating, because it's all a downward spiral for TFF, right? We started with a 7-4, then we got to a 7-3, then we had a 7-2, and maybe PNE now wants a 7-1 or even a whitewash.
Even a 7-0, yeah, that would be... Oh, that would be something. But right now, Panda and Cass, they absolutely do not show like there is any room for TFF to take any point. Because as long as these two are first and second, there is nothing you are going to do about it.
Yeah, and I think everyone from PNE showed up, right, in finals mode.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, completely agree.
Because Panda is on top of his game, as we kind of expected. Cass as well. Tuo won map number 3. And Mew, I mean, he didn't win a map, but he was always there to secure some important points, and to not have TFF take some decisive rounds in the first 2 maps. And so
that's true. That's interesting to see, by the way, that Panda is the only one, I think, out of everyone. Oh no, sorry, of course. Panda and Cass played every single map for PNE Delta.
Yeah, but that was expected, right?
Yeah, that's true, but still, then it makes their performance even more, I don't know, stand out. Because to drive every single map, that is just a burden as well. Whereas the other team can maybe swap around a bit and give players some rest. They did not take any break, and they still perform like superstars here. Yeah,
but again, I have to refer to last year. They also drove all 5 maps, I have to say, last year, with Spider doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
I think that's.
Yeah, that's
I mean, you are right that this performance then needs to get highlighted a bit more because it's even more exhausting. But on the other hand, they are used to drive a final with 4 maps or even more.
yeah,
So
that's true.
for
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. They are used to it in a way, and that's
Yeah.
also hugely beneficial.
Yeah, they have this huge experience,
Exactly.
which makes it for them at least easier. Now, I think TFF is Goro. Yeah, TFF is gonna take a point. There we go.
At least not a whitewash.
Nice. That is
It's
important
crazy
for them.
that we say that.
Yeah, that is insane. Insane. Yuki saying in the chat as well, PNE is doing really good. PNE
Yeah.
was absolutely cracked tonight. Really, really good. The overall performance of every single team member is just was really good. 5th with a 36.07 is such a strong pace. Yeah, we are seeing crazy pace here. Out of Div 1, which is what we expected. We saw it all night long. It was really, really good to see. And it was consistent as well for most of the time from most players. So yeah, this gives us a great show to watch. So that's really good.
$36.07. What daily is that? I can quickly look that up. That is daily number 25.
Yeah, so okay, so that's yeah, that's good. To be 5th indeed with that, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is, like I said, if you compare to DD1, it's quite off. You would think it's quite off the pace, but with such a super risky map.
Yeah, and the daily one is insane, right?
Yeah.
That is completely mental.
I mean, Pandas isn't far off. Like he's 9 off, so
Ah, that's
also
true.
DD2 is quite close there. But then there's a gap to Cass and Spider.
Yeah, and I think we should, if we want to compare the dailies, I think we should start comparing from cast time, and we should leave out Dopa and Panda's time because that is just insane. I mean, there's 0.2 between Panda and Cass in 2 and 3, and then there is 0.2 between like 3 and 8 or something. So that's crazy.
Yep.
Anyways, TFF taking another point, so that's good. They are showing up here, which is nice for them.
Yeah, and Muse drifting around on the last few rounds, so yeah, maybe he has seen too many Hoonigan YouTube videos beforehand, but as long as he's only showing that drifting skills in the last map where it's decided, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't matter anymore now. He can Hoonigan what he wants. But it's not gonna change the overall outcome of this final, which is that PNE Delta won.
Yeah,
so,
but you want to show off now that you still...
for sure.
I mean, TFF obviously is a deserved second place, no doubt about it, but they want to show that, oh my god, what is Goro doing? Dude, I was spectating... Yeah, I was spectating Devil, and he was drifting into the barrier in the last corner, right? And was slow, and Goro all of a sudden came flying on his nose into the checkpoint. Wow. Insane.
Crazy. Oh, Devil losing some speed against Goro here, or Davino, I should say. He is going to secure the round win, 35-84. But the PNE Delta is going to take another point.
Davino won, but after him, a blue wall.
Yep. Who is using a Timo horn, bandit guy? That could only be Devil, I think, in this server. I think so.
You have the horns on? You hear the horns?
Yeah, I do.
Ah, that's good. Good to know.
You don't?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, I wish there was an option to turn it off, but you can't.
No, But the thing is, maybe there's something surprising coming your way tomorrow.
Ah, okay. Then, okay. I can already guess what that is. Great. Yeah, I can guess what that is. All right. Let's see. Another round here. PNE Delta leading 4-2 on the last map. And they are basically just cruising here.
Yeah. The thing is, I kind of feel a bit empty right now.
Yeah, me too. I feel exactly like you. It's just like that on map 3. It was absolutely over, which is not what we expected at all.
No.
So this is oh, Devino with a salto and he's out. No, this is not what we expected. And then it's always difficult to, you know, keep the flow going or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, when it's already over, and because you hope to live up to this point where you can decide it on map 4 and go absolutely bonkers, now it's already done. So we are watching these guys drive and they are doing absolutely great. Don't get me wrong, but for the tournament, it doesn't matter anymore. Oh, Panna with a great snipe.
Wow.
And that's a blue round as well because of that snipe. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah.
That overspeed from Panda was just out of this world.
Crazy. Nice. Yo, Ranish in the chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. If you just tuned in, this match is already decided. Division 1 SNC 2025 Grand Final has been won by PNE Delta already on map number 3.
And Cass is playing ping pong with the walls.
Oh, and Deft is raiding. Thank you so much, Deft, for the raid with 6 people. Now I'm really curious. What did the match end in there? That is my question, because he was streaming the XOXO match, I guess. What was the final result of that match?
Yeah, please give us the result. That would be interesting.
That would be nice. That would be nice to know.
Because we had on I think it was map 2 where Blitz said it was 9-9 and it was super close.
Yeah, I guess. Let's see. 23-14. Wow, so XOXO really turned it around. Oh, that's crazy. That's good to see.
Yeah,
7-2-7-7-2-7-3. Wow.
So it was not close at all on the map itself.
No, exactly. Crazy.
But in the grand scheme, it was close, at least after 2 maps.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what Yuki says. He says in the chat, for me, it was the first time grand final. I felt very nervous, not as an excuse, but maybe it makes it different for some of my mates too. Yeah, of course it does. It does. Yeah. It always does. If you have experience in these kind of situations, it will give you an advantage for sure. And it's completely normal to be nervous for this kind of event, and especially for the XOXO or for XOXO. What am I saying? For the grand final, like that. And if you come into that and you do not have any experience, then that's gonna be a difficult one. But in the end, yeah, it is just what it is. And PNE Delta shows their experience with these kind of grand finals, and they just take it home. It's very well done. We can't really say anything else about it.
No. And maybe if you want, we can elaborate that a bit further in an interview, just to
for sure
ask in a sneaky way for that.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Yeah, but I totally would understand if we don't get any interviews out of TFF, because I can imagine they would be kind of heartbroken.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, let us say that again, no one has to come in for the interviews. Like, if we do not have interviews, that's also totally fine. You have to be comfortable in doing that, but it always gives some nice insights. So it would be nice to hear from some people who we saw driving here today. Div 2 Grand Final, Div 1 Grand Final. to get a little bit of insight on that. But let's see.
Interestingly, Genetic asked what the best match so far this year. Yeah, it kind of depends on what you want to see as a best match in terms of like close moments and super close fights and having tension up until the end. No, by far not. But for showing off, like showing who's the daddy around this house, probably yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's hard.
I mean, there was no close match at all in the end, right? At least not on the cast here.
No, I don't think so, and I don't see all the results yet of all the finals. But so far we haven't had like a super close fight, which is interesting because I think the divisions were quite well balanced.
And the teams as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
we talked about that even on the opening event. I told the chat that I never seen probably any SNC where the teams overall were so balanced and where you couldn't draw, not even say this team is a favorite and this team, or clear favorite, I should say. Obviously, you had a few teams you could always stack in the top, and the two teams who were the favorites are also in the final, right? But you didn't know where to draw a line between Div 1, Div 2, Div 3, 4, and so on, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And 5. And yeah, and that was... It's so surprising that the actual matches, especially in the semis after the seeding phase, were so dominant and one-sided, and the finals as well. But we have one more shot at it tomorrow.
That's true. Yeah. Do remember
tomorrow,
that, guys, because tomorrow is the small final in Div 1. And we are for sure going to spectate that. FAX against PNE Omega. And we will be there as well. So let's see. Let's see what will happen then, as we see TFF take another point. 6-4 total score. PNE Delta was already before this round on map point. And indeed, like Deft is saying in the chat as well, you just need to be with backpacks like this that are really challenging for basically all players. You need to be really on point, and this is what we saw as well, both in Div 2 and in this match. If you make even the slightest mistake, or your mental goes sideways, like Deft is saying, you go sideways, or your performance or whatever, it is so hard as a team to come back from that. It is just almost impossible on the close matches that we have seen, because I think in Div 2 and also maybe here it was closer than it looks in the total point standings. But at one point one team just drifts away and they can't really recover from that anymore.
Yeah, but to be fair, for the semis I would go with that, but in this match it didn't look close at all, to be fair.
Ah, that's true. Maybe only map 1.
Yeah, but even map 1 was one-sided in the beginning for TFF and then completely for PNE, right? You haven't had the super close battles throughout a map, right?
Yeah.
Which was also kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. Now we see a TFF. Ooh, nice. They put an ace down here in the end. Nice one. Ace. So that's an ace that we are going to see. Nice.
Maybe they can win the map, because right now they're starting a comeback.
Yeah. Starting a comeback a little bit too late, but it doesn't matter now anymore anyways. Let's see if they can take the last map. That would be nice.
Yeah, but still you would leave the final with a good feeling if you win a map and get a comeback there.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see if they can. 6-5, still in favor of PNE Delta. 2 rounds now on map point. Let's see. TFF can snack one away. We look at the fastest times here. We see Panda with a .50. We see Goro with a 58. Devil with a 60.
Woo!
Oh, Devil
Devil is flying.
completely parked into the wall.
Some grocery shopping late in the evening.
Some grocery shopping maybe. Somebody at the door. Who knows? Some call from a neighbor. But it's not for Devil that round. It's also not for Cass, as he's gonna drift out. You also a little bit behind. So Goro and Devil have one task now, and that is for one of them to overtake Panda.
Divino.
Divino, thank you. I'm still always confused by this. But that task is easier said than done, because Panda is just cruising away. He's like, nah, guys, that's not gonna happen. Place 1 is mine. I'm not gonna snatch it, and you are not going to win this map. Because that's basically what Panda is saying now. There we go.
That's true. Also, the team points are really split, right?
Yeah, really crazy. There we go. Wow. Panda winning. 135.86. That is GG's for the grand final of the SNC 2025. TFF against PNE Delta is gonna finish, and that map is going to finish 5-7, and then the total score is going to be 28 points for PNE Delta, winning every single map. And in the end, we have 14 points for TFF, and that is what the score is going to be.